Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. The Bachelor Season 29's Juliana Pasquarosa has been interesting throughout the season, but her performative and at times difficult behavior in the postseason has been difficult to watch, as I feel like she's been coming off a lot pettier than she intends to. When The Bachelor Season 29 ended up with Juliana accepting Grant Ellis' final rose and proposal, it was clear that the Massachusetts native was happy with the future she was setting up for herself. Juliana spent the months after The Bachelor posting on social media to try and throw Bachelor Nation off the scent of her relationship. While she may have been struggling to connect with Bachelor Nation viewers, Juliana did her best to make waves on social media with jokey posts and stories this season, highlighting her experience outside of her relationship with Grant. Even so, Juliana's behavior was concerning throughout the airing of The Bachelor Season 29 to an extent. While she was able to captivate the show's audience in a few different ways, Juliana made it seem like she wasn't the final woman standing. When the results were finally released, Juliana had a lot to explain and didn't present herself well while doing so. By speaking over the other women from Grant's season and ignoring the fact that their points of view may be different, Juliana's really showing her true colors. Juliana's shading other Bachelor cast members. Although Juliana's been sharing more about her relationship with Grant for the most part, the majority of her time after The Bachelor has been spent shading other cast members. While Juliana wound up the person engaged to Grant at the end of the season, the Bachelor star has been struggling to keep herself out of drama with the rest of the Bachelor Season 29 cast. After Licia Guerre, Grant's runner-up, called him out both during the finale episode and in the moments after on the live after the final Rose special, Juliana has tried to defend him to no avail. Calling Licia out for her behavior in the press hasn't been enough for Juliana, though, who's also reignited a feud with Carolina Sofia Quixano that began during the season. Making it clear that she feels Carolina is looking for clout, Juliana has been open on her TikTok about not wanting to use The Bachelor for fame. Instead, Juliana has been clear that, because she and Grant aren't moving to Los Angeles or trying to benefit from the show other than finding each other, she feels they're better people. While not directly calling Carolina out, it's clear she's sending a message. Juliana isn't being gracious or kind. As Juliana has moved through the postseason, she's felt a lot more like a mean girl than the rest of the Bachelor Season 29 cast. After winning Grant's heart on the show, Juliana seems to feel qualified to speak about other people's experiences and motivations, which doesn't always align with her mentality in her other content. While it appeared that Juliana was the type of person to advise others to stay in their own lane, she was open about the fact that she feels confident about how other people are conducting themselves. Juliana's post-season behavior has been tough to watch. Juliana's judgment of others makes it clear that she doesn't accept they were hurt by someone she loves, even if only momentarily. Refusing to allow the other women of the season to live in their truth about their experiences, Juliana has been open and clear about the fact that she doesn't want to allow them to speak on their time on the show with any sincerity, even if she isn't saying that directly. By speaking over the other women from Grant's season and ignoring the fact that their points of view may be different, Juliana's really showing her true colors. Juliana's behavior says a lot about her and Grant's relationship. As Juliana makes it clear who she is through her actions and online footprint, it's becoming more clear that her relationship with Grant is the one that's suffering. While Grant spent the majority of The Bachelor Season 29 unclear of what he was going to do or how he was going to move forward, it became clear closer to the end of the season that he was certain of what he was doing. When Grant appeared to change his mindset during the finale and chose Juliana, it was a shock to Bachelor Nation, who were expecting Licia at the end. Even as Grant and Juliana share more about their future plans online and become more of a unit, It's clear that their relationship is vastly different from what viewers caught glimpses of on The Bachelor. With Juliana so concerned about how the public is perceiving her and Grant, she's been taking such extreme measures to reassure him about their connection or how they'll come off. Seeing Juliana throw herself in the line of fire to defend Grant and call others out has made it clear that she doesn't feel secure, even after being chosen by Grant on The Bachelor. So why the petty behavior? What happened behind the scenes to make Juliana go from beloved bachelorette to queen of the cryptic subtweet? The engagement that feels like a PR campaign. Sources close to production say that things between Juliana and Grant were rocky even before the finale aired. One insider spilled that Grant reportedly had second thoughts the moment filming wrapped. They weren't even staying in the same hotel suite during the press tour, said a crew member. There was tension, awkward silences, and Juliana was clearly on edge the whole time. That tension spilled into their after the final rose interview. Viewers noticed how Juliana smiled tightly while Grant rambled about figuring things out and not rushing into wedding plans. It felt like watching a breakup in slow motion, except Juliana was clearly not ready to let go of the narrative that they were the happy couple fans wanted. That's when the pettiness really kicked in. Fans divided, queen behavior, or cringe city. The Bachelor Nation fandom is nothing if not opinionated, and they've been split down the middle on Juliana's post-season antics. On one hand, there's the camp that believes she's simply standing up for herself, a woman scorned by a man who may have used her to avoid backlash. Grant chose her, then pulled a classic Bachelor move, and backed out the second the cameras stopped, one fan tweeted. She has every right to call him out. But others aren't buying the empowerment narrative. This is why people say women are crazy after breakups. Read one viral TikTok. Juliana is making it easy for Grant to play the victim here. She's doing too much. The Licia factor. Old rivalries resurfacing. Let's not forget that this isn't just about Grant. It's also about Licia. Because whether Juliana likes it or not, fans loved Licia Gare. She was vibrant, vulnerable, and didn't hold back. And in the final episodes, it was clear Grant had deep feelings for her, feelings that some believe never really went away. Now, Licia has been nothing but gracious in the post-season spotlight. She's taken the high road, thanked fans for their support, and even made a surprise appearance on Bachelor Happy Hour, where she said she wished Juliana and Grant the best. Juliana, on the other hand, she liked a shady tweet that said, "He didn't choose the better woman, just the one who wouldn't embarrass him in front of his mom." Yikes. Was that shade necessary? Probably not. But it's moments like these that are making Bachelor Nation wonder, is Juliana spiraling, or is she just tired of pretending everything's fine? Fashion launch or feud statement? As if things weren't dramatic enough, Juliana recently teased a new fashion line called Soft Armor, an entire collection reportedly inspired by betrayal, resilience, and feminine rage. The launch video, a moody, black and white montage of Juliana walking through shattered rose petals in stilettos, clutching a bouquet of thorns. One of the taglines, "You can't hurt someone who's already healed." Let's be honest, it's fierce, it's iconic, it's a little much. Some fans are calling it a genius rebrand. Others see it as her using the breakup for clout. She's trying to turn a pity party into a profit, wrote one critic on Reddit. It's giving Taylor Swift circa reputation, but without the subtlety. Grant's radio silence isn't helping. To be fair, part of why Juliana seems so loud post-season is because Grant has been eerily quiet. Aside from one heavily edited interview with Good Morning America, where he insisted, "We're figuring things out privately," Grant has gone MIA on social media. No posts with Juliana, no ring photos, not even a comment on her fashion launch. Sources say he's purposely staying low-key to avoid backlash, and that strategy may be working. The less he says, the more people side with him, especially as Juliana ramps up the drama. It's classic gaslighting, one of Juliana's friends reportedly told Us Weekly. He knows she's emotional, and he's letting her spiral so he can come out looking like the mature one. If that's true, then Juliana's behavior, no matter how over the top, might actually make sense. But the optics? Still not great. Is it a breakdown or a power play? Here's the million-dollar question. Is Juliana really coming undone, or is she playing the media game better than anyone realizes? Because when you zoom out, there's a pattern: the subtle shade, the glam photo shoots, the cryptic branding, the refusal to let Grant control the narrative. In an era where public perception is currency, maybe Juliana's not spiraling at all. Maybe she's seizing control. Think about it. The Bachelor franchise has a history of painting women as too emotional or too much when they don't follow the script. But Juliana isn't interested in being the perfect fiancé anymore. She's leaning into the villain edit, reclaiming the petty label and turning it into power. And in a way, it's kind of brilliant. What's next for Juliana? Rumors are swirling that Juliana is in talks to appear on Bachelor in Paradise, but her rep has denied it for now. Others think she's aiming for something bigger, her own reality series or a deal with a major streaming platform to tell her side of the story. Meanwhile, her soft armor line is set to launch next month, and pre-orders are already flooding in. Petty or not, one thing's for sure: Juliana Pasquarosa knows how to keep people talking. Whether she's clapping back at haters, leaving heart emojis on shady tweets, or dropping breakup-inspired fashion lines, she's proving she won't be silenced. Even if that means coming off messier than some fans would like. Because sometimes, when the rose wilts, all that's left is the thorn. And Juliana, she's not afraid to use it.